Hello, I'm Kevin Church, and Happy New Year from MUFIC. Our first songwriter of the month for January 2022 is Dave Mauk. We know you're going to enjoy this video. Hey Dave, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to
Thanks
see
for
you.
having me.
Yes, sir. So, give us a little insight of who you are. Like, where'd you start your music journey at?
Well, I'm originally from Wilmington, Delaware.
Okay.
Like I said, I had some family members who played the piano, fiddle a little bit. But I had a brother who was just a phenomenal guitar player, and kind of sparked the interest. Along with being a teenager, you saw music back in the '70s. It was time to take part of that, right? So, dabbled through high school, college. Played in the band in my 30s, a recording band.
Okay.
We made a couple of records.
Very cool.
It was good stuff, but it wasn't my songs. It was my best friend growing up, his band, and I filled in, played bass when they needed, and played in one of the records, and then that kind of some events happened that the band was no longer. And then over time, as the guitar's there, right? You're playing,
Right.
You go through the ups and downs with it. The relationship with the guitar we all have.
Absolutely. The peaks and valleys with the guitar.
But I never really wrote songs until maybe about 10 years ago, where you always had these little vignettes or snippets. And I was like, you know what, let's do something with them. And then that started me down the journey where figuring out how to do it, put the nose to the grindstone a little bit, worked at it, refined it. A couple false starts here and there, but after a while they started to come together. I started liking them, playing for some friends, and let's do something with them. And along that time, I had a recording studio, and we were getting ready to move it out of my house because I was relocating down here to another location. I was like, well, let's make some records, and then we did. And whether I was happy with them, kind of proud of some of the moments on them, and just keep after it, keep plugging after it, and
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, who do you think were some of your influences back when you started?
Obviously the Beatles.
Great influence.
Yeah.
There's a lot there.
I was a little young, but I really got into the Byrds. And then the McGuinn, Hillman stuff.
Yeah.
Those first four records, and then all of a sudden, Graham Parsons, which, blew my mind. As I've been on the Graham Parsons journey for 40 years.
I hear you, man.
And of course, Neil Young.
Right.
Just love Neil. And then the god of all gods to me is Ray Davies. I mean, he gets the way he writes songs. Everything about it. I mean, especially the late 60s period of Village Green, Arthur, and all those records are just mind-blowing to me. And then we had all that body, what I call maybe not the old heads, but the first wave of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when you're 13 or 14 years old, you live in a world where the Talking Heads didn't exist, and then all of a sudden they did.
Right.
Or, the Clash appear, and that all that stuff just blew my mind. And then later on, bands like Neutral Milk Hotel and some of that stuff I listened to, and
Wow.
cool. It's just, I'm there's so many names I don't want to start spouting here and kind of lose track. But there's bands along the way you hear that you go, not only do you like the songs, but you like the way they make records.
Right.
When those two things come together,
Right.
it's. But then I also find, if I'm going to start writing, I got to turn that all out because I don't want to start,
Yeah, start playing your music. Right?
Yeah. So I go through spells where I don't listen to music because I'm doing my music. I don't want to subconsciously start cribbing.
I hear you. I think even Neil Young does that. Like he's like totally no outside
I've heard
influence.
that. But then I got an iPod with 6,000 songs on it, so I can go back to that when I can take a road trip to get my fix. But so it comes and goes.
Gotcha. So you've been writing for 10 years, you say? Like you started?
Probably, yeah.
And when we were talking a little bit earlier, you were talking about editing. You want to go on about that? Because that's something songwriters might need to hear.
Yeah, I always think, if you can write, like we discussed, if you could say it in 4 verses, you can probably say it better in 3 verses. Condense your message, refine it, and really sharpen what you're trying to convey. Don't get extraneous thoughts in there that might confuse the listener, and also you, and kind of miss your point. And if you want to change the pace, and you can throw a bridge in, and which I do like throwing the change of pace bridge or the chord you're not expecting to hear.
Right.
We'll kind of call it like the Bowie chord. You go with where it should logically go, he goes somewhere else, and you go, oh, okay, and it makes sense.
Right.
One of my favorite things when I play a song for somebody goes, that shouldn't work, but it does.
Exactly. That's cool. One thing we've talked about too, off camera, was I think it was Ray Davies you were talking about, the way he writes, like maybe the way
the structure of the song.
Song. Would you like to elaborate? Because I thought that was brilliant what you said.
Yeah, he says you do the intro, you do the first verse, which kind of conveys a localized thought. The second verse is a globalized thought, a broader thought, and then the chorus, and then you go to a bridge, and then bring it back to the localized thought in the last verse and the outro to close it out.
Very cool.
And if you listen to a lot of songs, you can hear that. And actually, working on a song where I got stuck on the second verse, and I went, what would Ray do? And at that point, it came to me.
Oh, that's
and it was
so
pretty cool. Yeah,
it's great.
And the other thing I like to do is always kind of put an homage to songs I like in a verse. Like my dad's favorite song was Blackbird.
Okay.
Bye Bye Blackbird. And I did a song where here I go singing low. Just a little, not a straight lift, but a
right
kind of. If you knew the song, you say okay.
Right.
And then I end the song with like the blackbird in the sky. It's time to say goodbye. Yeah.
That's cool. I understand, like little references to little pepper there,
like little touch points that I guess it kind of shows. If you know anything about me, that's part of his background.
Very cool. And then the other thing I wanted to make sure that we got on camera was something we were talking about, because I thought was truly brilliant, was knowing how to write the song, to keep your storyline straight. So you were saying
you have the theme you want to convey, and what you can do is take the words you want to start backwards. Where you want to be, take those words to convey those thoughts, and then write backwards to the beginning of the line, and that kind of helps you straight line to where you want to be. I hope that's
that's what I was looking for, and I wanted to make sure that our writers knew that too, because I felt like they should hear that, because some people get stuck. I mean, everybody gets stuck unless they're just naturally gifted,
and sometimes it goes,
or they're just cranking it.
It goes straight line from the beginning to end. But it helps, I think, if you can don't lose sight where you want to go, because you're there.
Exactly.
You work.
Exactly.
And I think you always notice when you drive somewhere, it always seems to take longer to get there than it does to get back. When I'm doing a road trip.
Oh yeah.
So because you've already been, you know the way.
Exactly. That's it. Unless you're on a plane and the wind's carrying you across. Across. Yeah. Anyhow, tell us about who you're working with.
Most of what I record with is up in my hometown in Delaware. We have a group of friends who are just phenomenal musicians and even better people. And I work with them, and I can bring songs to them. I have one person in particular, my producing, he does the recording, Brad Newsom, who's we call him the maestro for a variety of reasons, whether his guitar wizardry or in the studio, and then down here, I play with Charles Cannon.
Okay.
He's my buddy Charles.
That's awesome. We had Charles on here like a couple months ago.
And we talk about doing some things together. I'm putting some bass on some of the things he's doing, acoustic 12-string. And also just play with him and Chris are just a lot of fun.
They're great people and good musicians too.
Yep.
Really good musicians. Chris is one heck of an engineer too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is.
So yeah, man. So tell us about the song you're doing today.
The song is called "Lucky Guy." Married 31 years.
Congratulations.
The song speaks for itself. I think when you hear it, I don't want to be,
I got you.
Be the blubbering Irishman here right now, but but it's my take on the Irish blessings.
All right,
and it's with a twist.
Nice.
It's basically, I do have all the Irish blessings, but we'll leave it at that when you hear the song.
All right, can't wait. It's gonna be fun to play on it, and we have Karen Egan in the house with us today. So
looking forward to it.
It's gonna be awesome. Dave Mauk, everybody.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Great job.
The road always rises up to meet me. My oh my, I'm a lucky guy. And the wind is forever behind me. My oh my, I'm a lucky guy. None of that means a single thing without you by my side. By my side, the sunshine softly warms my face. My oh my, I'm a lucky guy. And the rain falls gently upon my fields. My oh my, I'm a lucky guy. None of that means a single thing without you by my side, by my side. Long ago I realized I'd be a fool not to have you by my side, by my side. There's plenty of work for my hands to do. My oh my, I'm a lucky guy. And my purse always holds a coin or two. My oh my, I'm a lucky guy. None of that means a single thing without you by my side, by my side. That's for you, baby.